Hi, I'm Andrew, an entrepreneur and a computer science student,
Hi, I'm Raveen, a psychology major student.
and you're now listening to the Ink Thoughts podcast, where we ponder and talk about incongruous thoughts ranging from our daily life to the human mind. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Ink Thoughts podcast. It's actually I've been back to the UK for more than a week already, but it's quite funny that back in Malaysia, even though I spent like around 5 weeks there, we've only recorded 2 episodes face to face and another additional episode online because that time I was having COVID. But yeah, now that we're back in the UK, it's quite weird because now we're recording on a Wednesday night in Malaysia, but it's actually noon in the UK because we realized that due to our laziness in Malaysia that we actually have no episodes to be uploaded this week. So that's why we scheduled this urgent episode, which we originally have quite a like one of our usual topic, but then suddenly an inspiration came from a conversation between me and Vereen. Thus, we have a new topic to talk about. But yes, before that, I would like to ask you, Vereen, like, how was your week? I mean, wait, let me check. Give me a second, actually. Before that, no. Oh, no, actually, we recorded 4 episodes in Malaysia, 3 face-to-face and one online, because the day which we recorded 2 and then the second one was the casual topic. I didn't add it onto our Notion. That's why I counted only 2 over here. But yeah, so that's actually 3. But yes, since that, I don't know, like it's been 2 or 3 weeks ago. So how are you? How have your life been?
So we're back to the usual
podcast
question.
Usual long distance relationship.
Oh no.
Back to the usual. Okay.
My week. Oh yeah. I almost forget that I actually went to a trip with my friends. Yeah, it was a fun one because I think I was pretty stressed before that, and because of all of the stuff that is happening, and so the trip was quite relaxing for me because I think everyone is just looking forward to something that can make us relax, so we don't really rush for, let's say, go here or go there for a visit or something. Yeah, if we have time, then we do. If we don't, then we just leave it. Yeah, so after the trip, I feel slightly better, I'll say. But yeah, like after, okay, actually I've just started working 2 days, but I'm already tired.
I mean, I can imagine that the workload that you have from your company is quite different from what others get. So yes.
Yeah, and so today I thought I wasn't that tired until I almost fall asleep when I was using the washroom.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, other than that, everything is still as normal, I'll say. Yeah. So how about your week? Someone just finished his exam.
Yeah, pretty much actually. So how much have I spent? Not me, but my dad. Let me count. It's around 5. Let's say if it's 23,000 GBP multiplied by 5.5. So yes, my dad just spent 126,500 ringgit for my course, which I've just completed because yes, my exam was yesterday and I finished it last week. There was a presentation. I attended my friend's convocation. I had some dim sum with some of my friends because I mean after they graduated, they were separated around UK because of jobs and all that. So because of the convocation, they came back and thus we have our dim sum together. But yes, like last week, Monday, I flew back to UK and it was I quite enjoyed the feeling of landing in UK because it gave me a feeling of home, like, I don't know why. It felt like home, surprisingly. So of course the journey was Actually, the flight was surprisingly better than the one I flew to Malaysia. One, because there was no delay in transit. Second is because the first leg of the flight from Kuala Lumpur to Jeddah, I spent most of the time sleeping. And then the second leg, I spent most of the time working on my assignment. So yes, very productive. Feel, I didn't have
why are
time
you so
to
productive though?
I mean, like, because the deadline is on the day of arrival in the UK, but then I missed the deadline, so I just submitted a day later, which cost me 5% of my marks. But, it's okay. I mean, it's my last assignment, so I kind of marked my last assignment with a late submission. Not sure if I get to have this chance again. Hopefully not. Yeah. But yes, that's basically what I did. So it was quite good, and I don't know. I just felt genuinely happy and relieved. And it really felt like home, listening to British accent and all that, people speaking in English, looking at a lot of British faces and all that. Yeah, I felt like home. I feel happy to be back. I love the weather. And I don't know, ever since I came back, my life got back to normal. I am back to the productive me, as in like, not like very, very productive, but as compared to Malaysia, I'm a lot better here right now. At least I'm doing my stuff. I'm waking up early. Yeah, I go to the gym, I do sports, I have like a proper sleep schedule and all that kind of stuff. I do things which are supposed to be done, yeah, which is better. Like, yeah, it's just generally better ever since I came back. I don't know, it's so, and back to my beautiful room, and which is something I'm quite proud of. But I quite look forward to this week because I'm actually moving into my new place. Actually, the rental is actually starting 1st of June, but then I'm like, might as well, since I have the time. Who knows, maybe in June I'm gonna start working on all that, so I probably don't want to move and all that. So I just try to move some of the stuff there and see how will the process get, because I tried to search for a car rental to move my stuff, but it turned out that it was really expensive. It was like 100 plus pounds, which doesn't make sense, because 100 plus pounds, almost 200, which is like more than 1,000 ringgit for a move, like just for a 1 day rental. So I'm like, never mind, I'll just use both of my luggage, and then I will just take the tram or the user route. It might take around 20-30 minutes each journey. I mean, like each single journey, but let's see how long it takes. I mean, worst come to worst, I'll probably get a taxi or something. So I'll just test it out, see if it works. But I'm quite excited for it. But yes, other than that, I mean, now it's time to start to find jobs. So what I've done is that I've actually created another email, primarily just for all my job applications, and then all my potential next time future YouTube partnership and all that. I'll just put it all in there. So yeah, that is what I have right now. It's actually Andrew Kwan OP. OP stands for opportunity at gmail.com.
Wow.
So for some reason, people that listen to this podcast that would like to offer me a job, or like, give me some partnership, sponsorship, whatever, feel free to email there. And yes, that's actually quite something. That's quite a fun thing which I saw, because Ali Abdal's team, they're actually hiring someone new, and then they kind of emailed us as well. And I saw that, and I was like, oh my god, literally I can't just apply for that. But of course, there's one requirement which I don't necessarily like, because he said that we have to at least be in London once a week, which is something which I don't think I want for the moment. So that's why I did not try to apply for that. But otherwise, it's actually quite interesting, because it's like something operations strategic team for like, yeah, PTYA thing, something like that. So it was quite interesting. But yeah, I don't know, like yeah, but at this stage I'm gonna work on my LinkedIn and all that, updating it, and start sending out basically start sending out some job application and all that. Hopefully I get some.
Yeah, I was literally like you last year this time. No, I mean one month later, because we had our exams slightly later than yours.
Yeah. And yeah, beginning now, I should start working on my data cam again, get some certification and all that, so that it will be more attractive compared to others. True. But also, like, there's this 2 weeks time which I really need to find a part-time job which can cover my summer duration. Hopefully I can do that. So yeah, I need to work on that as well. I mean, that could be I don't know, man. I have this movie which I really want to watch today. actually by this time I haven't done much. I've created my email. I kind of cleaned up some of my stuff, and then I called the national insurance number hotline to make sure that they have my national insurance thing, and he said that it's issued, just that the letter is not here, so they are resending one. Hopefully it arrives soon. I hope that isn't a matter. But after that, I spend most of the time playing games, and then I don't know, I have this thing which I need to edit my YouTube video for this week, and then I want to watch a movie, but I don't know, man, I feel like procrastinating the video until tomorrow. I don't know, I'm still thinking. And then I still have my LinkedIn, which is yet to be done. But yeah, there's this movie called Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is actually a movie by Michelle Yeoh, the Malaysian actress. It's actually quite interesting. It's a sci-fi adventure movie. It's kind of like Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness in a way, because they kind of talk about multiverse as well, which is very interesting. But then, of course, it's less sci-fi compared to that. But it is still sci-fi, and then it says that it's quite good, especially if you're Asian, you can relate to it. So I look forward to watching this video and to this movie, and it has a 8.8 rating, just so you know, IMDb rating, which is quite interesting. So yeah, that's kind of the things I'm about to do, and then contemplating whether I should edit my video, but would I? That is the question. So yeah, okay, I guess that's it for all the blabbering, and yes, let's get into the topic.
So what are we going to talk about today?
Yeah, so today we are just gonna talk about fear, but kind of actually a specific kind of fear. Probably I won't be sharing primarily. It could be just Vereen sharing. We'll just see if it requires me to share some stuff. Maybe I'll just come in and talk about something. But specifically because actually now we kind of have a plan for Vereen to head over to the UK to study. So I mean, at least for me, my plan, now that I'm graduating, hopefully I'll graduate, is that after I graduate, I'll land a job, and then I'll I'm gonna graduate, man. Definitely I'm gonna graduate. So yeah, after I graduate, I'm gonna spend my time here, and my goal is actually to stay here for the long term. We're gonna get a ILR, which stands for indefinite leave to remain, or some country call it permanent resident and all that, and probably become a British citizen as well. So that's my plan, which I'm going to stay here with that, which is why Vereen has this plan of coming to UK to study and potentially live long term, build a life here as well. So I mean, doing all this kind of stuff, it's quite a huge thing, because if we talk about having our life here, it's basically like kind of, your life is set here, so you're gonna accept that your next at least 20 years you're gonna spend in the UK. And so as we were talking about this, we are not talking about this, we're talking about something else, and then Vereen said that this is actually one of her fear, because she realized that she still can't leave everything behind in Malaysia. So yes, let's explore that. So Vereen, share about what was your thought when you talk about this? When you thought about this, yeah.
Thought about what? The fear, or
like thought about this thing. So this thing where you can't, like, whatever you can't leave behind or something like that.
Okay, actually, I think the whole thing that how do I say this? That we decided that I will go to the UK by this year is quite sudden, I'll say, because at first we are just thinking maybe in 1 or 2 years then I'll go there. Yeah. So because we don't particularly enjoy LDR, although it somehow still works for us. Yeah. Yeah. So we know.
Well, it somehow still works because your boyfriend spent 2,500 ringgit flying back to Malaysia. Surprise you, spend a month there. So that kind of helped it a bit. So I guess.
Okay, that helps a bit, and also I think we both have our own stuff to do. We are not like 24 hours have to stay together, and yeah. If we are just
I definitely have a lot more stuff to do in the UK. Back in Malaysia, I don't know. I guess I have somehow part of my life here already. So in Malaysia, I feel a bit lost. Yeah, I feel more myself in the UK. I was like, oh, I can do all this stuff. Like, oh, I can do sports. I can walk around. All that. Yeah.
In the Malaysia, you can walk around, just that you won't do that. Too hot.
It's terrible, the weather. Like, you don't even want to stay in your room, man. You just want to. I mean, probably with aircon on, maybe, but nothing else, man. Like, okay, but back to you.
Okay. So, out of sudden, we realized that no, we don't really enjoy LDR, and we don't know what's the challenges will be after you started working, because now you as a student, your time is flexible. We have a lot of time to talk to each other and spend time together online. Yeah. So after you started working, things will change, and no one knows what are the upcoming challenges, and having this idea is not easy, although we somehow still manage it. So
Yep.
so out of sudden we decided that no, let's do it this year. Let's go to UK this year. Then
Yay.
yeah, so I started to look into what courses that I might be interested in studying and all, and thinking about going to the UK, preparing everything that is needed. And yeah, one of the fear that appear is that although I feel like it is quite likely that I will pass the application, but somehow this is still unknown.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then it's in another country. If it's in
Law of
Malaysia,
attraction, man.
I know.
Law of attraction.
I know. Yeah. If let's say it's in Malaysia, I maybe I have more confidence in everything, but it's now in the UK, and I just have to imagine everything over here in Malaysia, like how everything will be. Yeah. That just make me feel a bit scared. Yeah. I don't know what is going to happen, and what if I fail the application. So what will happen to us, and
Wait, but
what?
okay. Continue. Yeah, continue.
Yeah. What will happen to us, and what is my further plan and all. Yeah. Yeah, that's one
Okay.
thing. Then after that, I still feel like I'm pretty stressed recently. So as I kind of like I don't really understand why am I so stressed. I realized that when you were still in Malaysia, I told you that I have dreams every single night, which in the end I didn't really rested well every night. And so I slowly kind of like explore and realize that another thing is actually leaving everything in Malaysia behind. Things are just like quite sudden, and I'm not ready yet. But I know I have no choice. I have to do it. But how am I going to just leave everything behind? Yeah.
I mean, what's the main concern? What are the main things which you think you can leave behind?
The first thing, of course, is my family, because all this while I think I take it for granted, and yeah, I feel like they'll always be here and beside me and all. I didn't really spend that much of time with them. When there's choices between like friends or boyfriend, then I choose someone else instead of my family, unless there's some occasion that is important. Yeah. So this is the first thing. And then the second thing is that let's say my grandmother, she's in our hometown, and I rarely see her, especially after COVID started, and she's so old that I don't know what if something just happened, and I'm just in the UK and I can't do anything at all.
Okay.
Yeah. And then another thing is my friends, I'll say. I have quite a number of friends, and yeah, especially
Okay.
this one single gang of friends that is really important to me, and we see each other quite often, and yeah, like just suddenly I have to. It's not like I leave them for 1 year and I'll be back.
Okay.
It's like I'll leave them forever. Mm. I can't imagine how our friendship will be in the future. Maybe I'll just lost them. Yeah, so they play an important role in my life since secondary school. Yeah, because we spend almost all of our time together. And now thinking that I just have to leave them and say, yeah, I'm not coming back anymore. This kind of feeling is just making me scared that, yeah, I'll be alone in the future. Okay, I saw
Okay.
your facial expression. Okay, what's your question?
Yeah. No, just continue. Yeah.
No.
I guess I'll just make I want to listen to all your fear first, then I guess I'll make a comment and all that. Yeah, I think it's better that way. Yeah.
Mm. No, wait. I think that that's all that I can think for now. If there's anything else, I'll add on later.
Alright, okay. Alright, okay. I mean, yeah, definitely I understand. I can see that, yeah. I mean the family, okay. Family as in your close family, I wouldn't comment that much because family is like, okay, I understand that those are a bit hard to comment, so I just leave it by the side. Something which I won't talk about. But actually your grandma, I mean I understand lah, grandma, you have a special relationship to it, but I mean when I heard you say what if something happens to her, actually that thing if something really happens to her, they wouldn't need you. It's more like if something really big happens to her, you won't be by her side at that point, which is it's probably not like not exactly necessary as in like biological necessary or something. It's more like a regret that you feel like you might have, which do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like obviously if something happens to her, they are not waiting for you to make the call to an ambulance or something, touch wood, yeah, all this kind of stuff. So basically it's more like that there's actually this more regret that which may possibly happen, something like that, just like what my grandma told me, like, she's like, I quite understand, like she said that if anything actually happened to my grandma, she said that she told me that I don't need to go back because she said some things if it happens that way, it just happened that way and all that. Like, I understand that, but then like I understand that there's that regret, but actually not that you can't do anything. Of course, you probably touch wood, no one wants this to happen, but if you actually that specific moment actually happened, I mean you can still get a plane ticket and fly back. Just like, I mean, you're not that poor that you can't even afford a plane ticket. That's the thing. So you can still fly back and all that. Not that you're stuck in a random ass country. Hopefully, touch wood, hopefully COVID doesn't happen again. In cases like COVID, definitely those are the moments where you really can't do anything. But then, isn't it that you can still fly back and all that? Isn't it true?
It's true lah. Just that you have the feeling when I mean you just tend to overthink when things are
Okay.
difficult for you.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. The other thing, I can actually generalize the whole thing to be like, okay, actually most of the time you're overthinking like all this, but it's understandable, yeah, all this kind of stuff. But then like, yeah, actually it's still quite a manageable thing. But then definitely, if we talk about your friends, definitely you're overthinking. You said, oh no, that's why I made that face expression, because you said, oh no, maybe I'll be alone in the future. How our friendship will go and all that. Oh my god, definitely you're overthinking, man. Yeah, like I mean, like of course lah, things might happen that way and all that, but the thing is, as long as you're still maintaining the friendship and all that, you don't need to worry about your part of the relationship. Just that if that person really doesn't want to be friend with you, you can't really do all those kind of stuff as well. I mean, yeah, but I don't know, man. Like, if I do compare myself, I mean, like what I did. Look at what I did. I flew back to Malaysia to have to go on a trip with my friends. Huh? I mean, like, things can still happen and all that. Well, of course, I do wish that I'm a lot more richer so that I can get a better flight ticket, probably business class and all that, so that I get a more comfortable trip and then I actually head back to Malaysia just for fun and all that, which is something I still can't get to do. But I mean, like, friends and all this, yeah, it's something to be missed. There will be some distance and all that, not like you can go out and have lunch and all that. Initially, I do feel a bit left out, because Z and Debbie, they go for Korean BBQ and all that. Oh. But I don't know, man. I mean, I would say that you would miss that, but I'm not sure if you would miss that as much as I do. I feel bad because the reason I say this is that because if you do come here, assuming that we're still together, yeah, we should, right? Law of attraction. So yeah, we are together. I mean, like, because back then when I was here, my close friends and you are all in Malaysia. So, like, all the closest things are not here. I don't have the close thing here. But this time around, of course, your friends, they are still some kind of they have a different value compared to my value, my provided value to you, but still I'm here, so at least you won't miss having I don't know, let's say example KBBQ with your friends that much, because of course you'll still miss it, but you won't miss it that much as I do, because yeah, you have me, something like that. Okay. I feel bad because it kind of makes me, it feels like I'm trying to elevate my status and elevate my value and all that, like, what to worry when you have me, But no, that's not the thing which I'll try to do. But I do understand that, oh no, definitely you understand that, oh my god, you're so far away from your friends and all that, things could happen, you might miss out on many things, what do they think and all that. But as long as you are doing your part on the relationship, like what I do, like I video call my friends once in a while and all that, and I realize, oh my god, it's been 4 months since the last time I video called, so I want to schedule another video call and all that. That's what I do. And then when I go back to Malaysia, I meet them again. Yeah, I go on trips with them. Yeah, that's how I do. Yeah, but yeah, most of the things you're overthinking. Of course, there's a difference, but then the worst, you're kind of thinking of the worst case scenario. So that's why I kind of say that, yeah, overthinking. Yeah.
Well, I agree that I'm overthinking, and obviously, yeah, when things are just a bit overwhelming, you usually it's hard to avoid overthinking, although you realize that you're actually overthinking. You get what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Then just
I
now
get it.
when you mentioned about, like, I still have you, right? Yeah. It just reminded me about another fear that I have, which is,
what is it?
I'm quite afraid that when I'm in UK, I'll just rely on you too much. That's just kind of like break the balance.
I mean, you have friends and all that. I don't know. You have friends. You will have your own life, I guess, and you're not that. How do I say? You're not that weak per se. I mean, why would you rely so much on me?
Yeah, true lah. Just that now thinking that I'm going there. Actually, one of the reasons is to be with you, and of course that's my own reason also lah. Yeah, just that just made me. I hope this doesn't happen, but yeah, that did just come into my mind that there's possibility, but of course I don't want it to happen.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then I guess I'll just throw you to be I'll just make you independent, I guess. like the way I brought myself up in the UK and all that. I mean, I was okay. Yeah. So yeah.
You cannot compare me to you. You have always been very, very independent all this while. since
Okay,
you
I
are in Malay.
quite agree. I like
Yeah.
not okay. Independent, yeah, kind of ish. I guess I like. Yeah, I mean you are independent as well. Back at your house. I mean you're quite independent. If I throw you here, you can survive as well. Yeah, not like you can't survive. You eventually find a way. I mean, yeah. So, but the thing is, I don't know. I guess I just another reason that pushed me to be independent. Not exactly a good thing is that I don't know. I just sometimes I really enjoy personal time. Like unlike you and your friends, where you guys have this thing called post post travel
Syndrome.
disease, something like that, because you guys a post travel symptom where after spending like 3 days together, you guys want to spend more time together. I don't know. I mean, depends, but most of the time I would be like, okay, so even within the 3 days, I'll be like, okay, we're having a 3 days trip. One of the day I would like to enjoy my own time. Something like that, or even like post trip, definitely I'll be okay. Yes, it's kind of like after having so many so many hot pot, you're gonna ban hot pot for a while, something like that. That's kind of like what I do. It's a bit weird, but it's kind of like something I do. I have a quota for everything, cannot exceed the quota, otherwise it will have adverse effect, which no one will enjoy, something like that.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I mean...
Is it that fearful? No?
You mean?
I don't know your fears, I guess.
Well, of course I can't totally remove it, but... obviously, you just directly pointed out like I'm overthinking. I know I'm overthinking, but...
Yeah.
It's still somehow difficult to not think too much.
Let me look at your rich friend. One of your rich friends is coming to UK for 3 months. Of course, you can't assume that he will come to UK for you for 3 months, definitely, because his girlfriend is here, and then he's traveling and all that. But look at it. Like this is what's happening around the world, man. Like, yeah, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not saying that we can't be together as a group of friends again, just that the possibility has decreased so much that you just have that fear that you can't. But with today's like technology and everything,
have decreased so much. Yeah, it's, to be honest, today it's not like it's not a question whether you can be friends or not. It's more like a choice whether you want to be friends or not. If you want to be, there is multitude of methods which you can explore. It's just whether you want to put in the effort and all that. So it's not whether can you be friends. It's more like, do you still want to be friends? Yeah, of course you can. That like what I talked about. You can definitely work on your part, talking to them, keeping in contact with them. But then whether they want to stay to remain this friendship with you, that's their question. That's something which definitely you can control. But of course, obviously your friends, like I can't imagine a reason why they don't want to be your friend. So yeah, I mean, that's why.
Yeah, I just recall one conversation between me and one of my colleagues today. Yeah, I can consider her as one of my very close friend in my company. So she actually told that it's easy for her to make friends, but to maintain the friendship is very hard for her.
Oh, okay.
The reason is that most of the time she doesn't have a common thing with the so-called friends, and so slowly they don't really have much stuff to talk about, and yeah, their friendship just like fade away slowly.
I mean, same lah. I have a lot of like friends which we don't talk much, and then there's just a few people which I will actively keep in contact with. But I don't know. But sometimes I guess I guess it depends on people. Some people just emphasize too much of being in contact. Like, yeah, like I don't know. There are friends which we don't talk much. We meet over casually meet over lunch and all this, then we talk about stuff, ask about life. Casually, suddenly he will like message me, "Oh, you want to hit for lunch?" I was like, "Why not?" I don't know. I guess the definition of friendship kind of depends on people as well. There's no one fixed way. Like if I were to, I don't know, like just like how your colleague is doing with her friendship, mine is the same. I don't have much friendship. Like, yeah, I rarely keep in contact with people. I mean, like, obviously, if I don't have much to talk with you, I can't find a reason why I want to meet you or something like that, So yeah, it's gonna be awkward and all that. So yeah, I am back in Malaysia. I only meet a few people, not much as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah. Anything that you want to talk about, you want to share, you want to discuss and all that?
Oh, okay.
Or any question you want to ask, even though I'm your boyfriend, not like I have anything that you don't know about.
I just thought of another fear. It is actually, we are going to start a different life together over there, and yeah, the unknown just makes me feel a bit scared, worried. I don't know what's the right word to.
Which part of unknown is most scary for you? Like what kind of unknown?
What if things didn't work out and yeah, it's not what.
And then we break up?
Actually, I didn't really thought about breaking up, but more on like how we are going to manage our life. If let's say,
I don't think so. I don't know. Okay, yeah, continue. Keep on going.
If let's say we don't really earn enough for our living or something. Although I think we can just like, unknown remains unknown, and that's the thing that makes people feel afraid.
Okay, that's interesting. I don't know why. Maybe, okay. Okay. I can. I'll talk about my viewpoint, and I'll talk about my putting myself in your shoes. But I don't know. Actually, that's least of my concern. I would acknowledge that because us living together, there's a higher likelihood of breakup. I would say that the likelihood of breaking up is definitely higher than us can't making a living in UK. Like that's my honest opinion. Because I mean, like, definitely people live together, but I don't know. It never come across my mind that I'll never find a living. And of course, worst case, I don't know. Worst come to worst, if 2 years, at least like after you graduate, you get a 2-year graduate visa. Worst case, 2 year doesn't work out, and we go back to Malaysia, I guess. But of course, there's a lot of options and all that. I don't know. It just never came across my mind that I will never be able to make enough money to support my living, because I felt like it's easier than Malaysia. The thing is, even a McDonald's job can feed you well, and then feed you well and do a lot of stuff. Compared, like in Malaysia, if you work on a McDonald's job, you probably can't live. But over here, you can actually live. I mean by live, actually, you can go travel and all that. Yeah, like just compare the pay and all that. 2,000 pounds gets you 2 iPhone in the UK, but 2,000 ringgit in Malaysia get you half an iPhone in Malaysia. Not even half, actually, Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it sounds crazy, but then I don't know. It just never crossed my mind that will happen. But of course, I don't know. I don't know where this confidence come from, but like I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the podcast before, but my greatest unknown back then, my greatest worry was that whether will I pass. I think I'm pretty sure I'll pass. Yeah, I will pass. Law of attraction. Like I never worry about myself getting a job. I don't know why, but probably because I have quite some savings in my account, so I don't worry about my living costs and all this. Even without working, I can spend some time staying alive and all that. I don't know. So I can probably understand, because you probably don't have as much saving as me, so that this might come up. But I don't know. I don't think living is a problem. I mean, look at our friends. They are having a great life. I don't know, and I enjoy the life here. It's like beautiful.
No, the thing
Yeah.
I think it's a bit different for me because I'm somehow relying on you financially, and I mean for if I go to the UK at least for 1 year, and my own savings is not that much. Yeah, probably when I
So in
reach
case if
UK,
I
I
dump
might.
you or something, and then you, so let's say if I dump you and then you struggle, something like that, is it?
Mm, no, I just feel like I might use a lot of your money, and maybe you might not have enough, you know?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm just a bit optimistic. The thing is that I have savings. Obviously, I'm not doing. I don't know. I'm not that wild. I'm not doing things like what other people do. I'm just gonna. I've saved enough. Like when I say enough, it's literally I saved just right the amount for this thing, and then I'm gonna spend it all on this thing. No, I'm not that. I have more money than that. So yeah, I don't know. I am still slightly conservative. That's why when I talk about investment and all that, I always recommend people to save up like 6 months or even 12 months of their expenses. So that was because like investments is long term. You wouldn't want to like directly, how do I say it? Directly liquidate all your investments when you don't have a job or something. So that's where all the savings will come in. So I have all this quite conservative perspective in my money side of things. So yeah, I don't know. It's never part of my concern. I just like, oh, okay. Like, of course, if I were in your shoe, maybe my biggest concern would be like, oh no, worst case, if I dump you, you lose all the support and all that. Definitely, that's tough. But I mean, you can just fly back to Malaysia. But as long as you graduate, that wouldn't be a problem. Then you can support yourself because, I mean, simple example, working at McDonald's can give you a good life, but
You're
the
promoting
field that you're
McDonald's
studying,
job.
mental health, I don't. Yeah, and then the field that you're studying, mental health, I'm not sure if it's really like doctor kind of job, because doctor, at least according to Ali Abdal, you just get a job. You don't need to find a job. I'm not sure about mental health. I'm not sure if you can just get allocated into NHS, or you would need to choose whether you want NHS or private sector. This one I don't know, but I don't see how hard would it be. Yeah, still before you find a job, you can work at McDonald's. So yeah, I guess I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Long story
yes.
short, it's all about overthinking.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm just a bit. I mean, probably the reason why I'm so confident about this is that I was working before I studied, and studied was the hardest thing when I came to the UK. Other than that, it wasn't that hard, I don't think. Yeah, as long as you start searching, I don't think you can't find a job and all this. Yeah, I don't think living in the UK is hard. Yeah, studying and getting the money to study is hard, but after that, I don't think it's that hard actually. Yeah. So yeah, is there anything else from you?
I think that's all from me.
Okay, so let me just conclude this, shall we? So basically, I guess, I mean, Varine's concern or fear is understandable, but then most of it is definitely overthinking. There are some valid ones, but most of them are overthinking. But I mean, like, yeah, definitely there's always this fear pops up. Sometimes you just have to kind of list them down, break them down into pieces, and then when you realize, you understand what is your actual fear, you realize that, okay, it is scary. It's still scary to a certain extent, but not as scary as you think. It's probably like maybe 10% of what you thought. That's kind of how scary it is. And then sometimes and most of the time it's actually less than that. So yeah, fear is a thing I guess we all have, because it's a kind of like a safety mechanism. Like back then when we are primates and all that, definitely you need to have fear. Otherwise, they wouldn't evolve to today. All of us would have died without fear. But I guess today we are actually in a very safe age, but then we still have this fear thing because we're too safe, and then our bodies still want to keep us safe. So automatically they'll have this fear thing mechanism activated. But yeah, like, so basically break your fear down, and then you realize that most of it is overthinking, or sometimes break it down, you can easily solve them. So yeah, I guess that's it for this episode. Do you have any insights that you would like to share?
No.
No? Okay. I guess there's nothing from me as well. Quite a great episode, 45 minutes, longer than a few of our previous episodes. But yes, so thanks everyone for listening, and hope to see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the podcast. If you enjoyed, do share with your friends and family and leave us a review on the Apple Podcast. If you are not using an Apple device, you can leave a review on the Apple Podcast website with a link in the show notes. If you have any feedback or thoughts which you hope that we'll discuss in the future, feel free to email them to us at hello@incthoughts.com, or alternatively, you can send us a private message on our Facebook, Instagram or Twitter with the username of incthoughtspod. Thanks again, and see you all next week. Bye-bye.